Okay, guys, I'm still in my paint clothes. I just did a painting event on Facebook. So I'm still in my paint clothes because I still have to put another coat on that, on the table that I was painting in there today. So let's just embrace the paint clothes, because if I do not have the paint clothes on, I get paint, it's everywhere. And I've ruined so many clothes because I think I'm not going to be a messy painter. But so I need to do this, and I always forget. If you can see me and hear me, let me know. Just say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, tell me what the weather's like where you are, anything, just so I know that this is working. But we did go, there was like a community sale, yard sales last weekend, so I thought I'd come on here. You guys like to see what I'm picking up, so I thought I would share with you what I found. We went to a ton of sales, and it wasn't much. I didn't find a lot at all. And we haven't had sales really around here for a while, so I thought, I was so excited. I thought it would just be great, but I didn't find that much. But I thought I would share the few things that I did pick up. So hopefully it gets better. So you guys, there's only 4 things. Yep, that's it. There's only 4. So this is probably my favorite thing. I love this little guy. So she had her sale. I would have bought so much stuff. There was so much good stuff, but her prices were like antique store prices. And this didn't have a price tag on it. So thank goodness, because I walked up and I said, how much is this? $3. All day long, I will pay $3 for these. It's a smaller one than the one I have. And this one has a handle like this. And my other one has like just 2 little handles here. It's not really the same color, but I just love these, like the cream grayish taupish colors of these. So $3. I would have bought, she had like an oil painting flowers, but she had a crazy price on it. She had so much stuff. I did share in my stories a little bit of walking around her sale, and some people were like, oh my gosh, I'd buy so much there. Yeah, me too, if her prices weren't so bad. They were just so high, and I thought it was super busy, but she just kind of sat in a chair, and then everybody else that was there at that time, because we were there early, we always go early, they were there like asking her prices so they could price things as the sale's going on. So I would have got so much more, but you have to have a budget, right? There was a lot of good things there. She had this beautiful hutch. Amazing. It was beautiful. It was $700. I could see in an antique store or even but no. So I would love to know. I always love to know when I go to those sales and I think, oh my gosh, I would have bought so much more, but the prices were too high. I would love to go back and say, did you sell anything? Like, do you want to sell this stuff now? But, I never would and never have, but I would have bought so much more. So then I always tell you guys to pick up these little greenery things, even if you don't like the pot. So these are expensive. They can get expensive if you're buying a few for your home inside TJ Maxx or Home Goods. So whenever I find them at a yard sale or a thrift store, I pick them up, as long as I like the greenery. And these, like this one's a great example. I don't have anything near me, but you can always just throw this in something else and then just use the greenery part. So I always pick those up, and I found another one that's more in a concrete little pot. So I grabbed that as well. I can see some people are coming in. Have any of you been to sales yet this year? Are they happening in your area? Okay, and then I got this. A stool, of course. Of course I did. This will be a fun little makeover. So I just got this. I started taking off this right here. But I should see. You guys, are you kidding me? You guys, this one is horsehair too. Wasn't I on here? I don't think I was on Facebook. Can you guys see this? What are the odds? So when we went to this sale, this was in a different area. This wasn't in that community. It was an older guy. And this was $1, you guys. $1. And it's like real wood. There's horsehair in it, so it's an older one. He starts like tomatoes and peppers and everything from seeds. And we always buy tomatoes and stuff every year. So we saved so much money. His plants were like $1 and $2. And the tomato plants are already like this big. I was like, what? And now that I know where he is, I want to go back every year because I would much rather buy them from him who started them than going to like Lowe's and paying so much more for them. So we did buy, I got this stool and then I got a bunch of tomato plants and what else did I get? Peppers. I think that's it. He had like do you guys buy those miniature peppers, red, orange, yellow in the bags like at the grocery stores? He had those. So I got one of each of those colors. I've never put those in where we do the tomatoes. So, we'll see how they go. The tomatoes usually do really good where we plant them. So I'm hoping the peppers will do good, but that's it. And I think we went to, there had to have been more than 30 sales there. And that's all I got besides the plants. I'm really thinking hard, like, did I put something away? But that was really all I got. So it's not always fun. I just was super excited to get out to a community sale since nobody's had them for a while. And I'm just checking to see if there's any questions or comments. France. Oh my gosh. Hello in France. How is it in France? Oh my gosh. I love French music. I love French decor. Oh my gosh, so cool. So I was just hey, in France, do you have yard sales and stuff? I'd go nuts. I would probably go nuts there with everything. Do you guys have that kind of stuff in France? I see like the antiques and stuff from France are like amazing, but anyway, I was super excited to hopefully get a bunch of stuff because we all haven't had sales, but, New York is raining. I'm sorry. Today it's sunny here today. Thank goodness. Boston, it's raining too. Indianapolis, hello. North Carolina, hello. Yeah, so I was kind of bummed. How much was she charging? So she had the bigger jugs like this or like the bigger crocks like this. And they have like a number on them, 10 or something. You guys know what I'm talking about. She had like $150 on those. So it's not like, I know some things you would pay more for, but that painting, I don't even know if it was like it was just, I really like the flowers. The frame I would have changed and stuff. I think she had $55 on it. And then there was just other, she did have a table that we were thinking about getting. It was only $5, but once we looked underneath it, they had tried to fix it so many times that Matt's like, there's no way with what they had done and that he couldn't fix it. So I almost bought that. But other than that, it was just everything I saw that I loved. It was just so expensive. So I wouldn't have paid that at a yard sale for it. They're picking up more, Simply Upcycled. Where are you at? Where are you located? I know I'm hoping that we get to have more here. Our sales usually run like Thursday through Saturday-ish. Sometimes there's some that start Wednesday nights, but usually Thursdays through Saturdays. Is that the same for you guys? Did you have a big Cottage Comforts Home? Did you have a big sale? We did too, 2 weekends ago. It was so worth it. It feels so good to organize and purge your home and get rid of all the things you don't love and use anymore. And then to see it walking down the driveway and somebody else is going to love it. It truly is one of my favorite things. I love hosting those sales. It's just so much fun. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm just wondering, in France, do you have yard sales and garage sales where people set up? She says that she doesn't understand all that I'm saying. So where people kind of sell their things from their home or things they're not using, in their garage or something, or in their yard. And then just, you can go and shop it. Anybody can go and shop it. Along with the thrifting across America or across the wherever, wouldn't it be fun to yard sale across the US or in France? We could do a show about that too. So let's do that show too. We'll do thrifting across and yard selling across, and then we'll have different homes in different areas that we can decorate with all our finds. What do you guys think? That'd be a fun show, wouldn't it? We are having a community-wide sale. So when we first I'm just chit-chatting here, guys. I'm sorry. But when we first started having sales, I would organize we live on a dead-end street, and I would organize the entire block. So I'd send out little flyers to everybody. I would take care of all the advertising. I would set up all the signs. They just had to open their garages and have a sale at their house. And when we first started doing it, it was amazing for the first 5 years. Everybody did it. We had so many people up this, our street's not huge and it's a dead end. So it was just so much fun. The kids, we'd set up a bake sale for them every time. And then as years went on, people just stopped doing it. And so I don't do it anymore. But I think when you have a community-wide sale or even on your street, it's so much more effective and better if you can have a couple, because then people are like, they're going to get more bang for their buck, I was going to say, but just there's more sales to shop at. So people will park their car and walk. So if you can get your neighbors to do it with you, I think it's just so much better. It's so much more successful that way. Virginia Beach. So many estate and garage sales, really hasn't stopped. See, that was something I asked somebody the other day. I was interviewing somebody, and I asked, do you have, I think I was interviewing, so what was I doing? I don't know. Do you have sales all year round? See, here in Iowa, we don't. So it's basically like May through September is when we have sales. But like for Virginia Beach, you have them all year. Estate sales we do, but we do have that kind of slow season. Nope, Saturday only. Sometimes Sundays that you have sales. Okay, sometimes we have Sundays, but usually not around here. Not many yet. Looking forward to community sales soon though, usually in June. Yes, me too. I was so excited to go to these. I saw my sister, we were in the gas station, and my sister and her husband were out at the sales we were at, so we ran into them there, and she had found a lot more stuff than I had. We're always looking for different things, but she was having more success, and her husband was having more success than we were. I just did not. Okay, NOLA, they are called brocantes. I'm sure I'm chopping that up. Are you talking about yard sales in France? Is that what they're called in France? I know I didn't say that right. A store with old furniture. No, so it would be more of people in their homes. So this is the lady from France. People in their homes or wherever they live, they would price their stuff. So like if I was getting rid of this and like this bench, this little stool, I would set things up kind of in my driveway or in my garage or in my yard, and I would put price tags on it, and then people just kind of go around to different houses that are having these sales and can buy your stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. They have community sales in France. Okay, so like at a certain place, do you have to bring your stuff to it? Or is it like a community like we have here, like a neighborhood or, a smaller town has town sales? I think I would go nuts in a community sale at France and then worry about how I was going to get everything. No, what I would do is I would be like, oh my gosh, and I'd find all these things and then be mad because I couldn't get it all home. Okay, estate sales. So this is Loretta Lynn. Estate sales. I have a love-hate relationship with estate sales. Now, I'm not going to say that every estate sale I've been to has been a bust, but that's usually what it is. They are so overpriced. So my tip for those are, if you read the description to an estate sale and there are some things that you're interested in, and some now are posting photos like online. So if you go online, you can see what's actually at the sale. And if anything sounds interesting, go the first day. You don't have to be there right at the opening. Go the first day and see those things that you're interested in. If it's something you're really interested in, I always go the last day, and I try to be there right at the start time of the last day. And hopefully they're at least 50% off, but a lot of times around here, they'll be 75% off. So that's when I will go to them. So we actually did that, months ago, and it was actually, they had an estate sale, and then they were having a yard sale after that. And we found a ton of stuff way cheap because it was stuff they didn't sell. And when we walked in, so everything was like 90% off. And they had like little pennants, and the estate people put $95 like on so they had all this stuff left over. And so they really wanted to get rid of the stuff. So we happened upon it. So if you can go the last day or just happen upon an estate sale, like on a Sunday, that's usually the last day, go in because you might be able to get a good deal. Miss being in New England, went all the time. Again, I think I would love to go yard sailing there as well. I think I would find so much stuff. Here in Arizona, the weather dictates when to have a garage sale. The temperatures are prohibitive. Bring your sunscreen and dental records. So I've been to Arizona, I think 4 times in my life. And yes, it's so hot there. It's definitely not like, when I was younger and going, it was fine. But I just feel like as the older I get, I just don't love the heat and the humidity. I know you guys don't really get humid weather there, but yeah. So in Arizona though, you could probably have them all year, but I'm sure in the summer, I couldn't imagine sitting out there and having a sale. Oh, okay. Oh yes, we have a brocante. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong too. Like a market in the street with old furniture, old objects. Oh, that sounds like heaven to me. I would be, and people can sell all what they want. So people can, that's what I mean. That even sounds cooler than yard sales and garage sales here. You live for the fall and winters. Fall's my favorite time of year. So in Arizona, that's when I would be living for it too. And winters, yes, they can be brutal here in Iowa. So, okay. Are there any other questions or any comments? I was just going to share my 4 items, but we kind of got talking about yard sales, estate sales, and markets in France. Doesn't that just, markets in France just sounds cool. So yeah, so hopefully maybe this weekend, if I have some time, I'll hit some other sales and have better luck, but it wasn't like that last weekend, and I was really looking forward to it. So, okay. And do you guys remember the wood carved lamp I found the weekend before or whatever, and I shared it with you guys? I'm sorry, we have a ceiling fan right above my head, so this is taller than the ceiling fan. But I'm telling you, one of my favorite products, it has transformed this thing, so stay tuned. I'll put it in a reel for you guys, because this, I'm telling you, if you do not have this stuff in your stash, like your paint supplies, DIY supplies, you need it. Oh, France is so beautiful. I'm sure, I can't imagine. Here's my thing. I'm not good at flying. And I hate that I'm not good at flying. I've done it, but we're talking about pure anxiety. And so I know I need to just do it more often. But it's like I had a great opportunity in New York City a few years ago. And so the whole family got to go. And it's a place I want to go. And I thought it would be so cool for the kids. We were checked in. We were sitting in the, the waiting area, whatever that is. And I literally looked at Matt and said, I don't know if I can do this. I think we should just go home. And he's like, he looked at me and he knows how I am about it, but thank God. I didn't listen to myself, and he was there, my soundboard. It was the most amazing trip. They got to do a lot more than I did because I was in like meetings and stuff, but we still talk about that trip. It's just, I need to figure out that thing. And I know if I did it more often, that's what my friends tell me. You just have to do it more often. I know. But, so, and my grandma was from England. And so my mom and my older sister would go back when I had to be really young. So I'm like, I'd love to see where she's from and everything, but that's like even longer plane ride. So hoping for church sales this summer. Those are another one of my favorite sales. I didn't even talk about them. If you ever have church sales in your area, you need to go. So in the community sales that we usually have around here, this didn't happen this time, and I'm sure it's because of anyway, I don't think there's going to be a lot of church sales because, but whenever we go to the community sales, that's the first place we like to hit are the churches, because you can find some really good stuff, and it's usually way inexpensive at the churches. So if you ever have a church sale near you, go to them. They are usually way worth it. No, do not apologize for your English. I totally understood it. And it makes me want to go to a market even more in France. So your English was perfect. It totally made sense to me. I get it. I wouldn't know how to, French, I took Spanish. Still, the kids are better at me than Spanish than I am. So I totally get it in Michigan. There is what's called a 100-mile yard sale. Starts somewhere in Michigan, I think. And then it goes all down the coast, and it's in August. Very cool. So I think we have something similar to that somewhere near us, and maybe this is the one I'm thinking of, but that would also be so much fun, like to see everything that you could find in there. Michigan, we will be there again this summer. I'm so excited. It's one of our favorite places on the lake there. We want to find a place there, find a cabin or a little home or something there. It's unbelievable there. So I'm so excited we get to go back this year. We didn't go last year, so. Um, have you worked or you've done the longest yard sale many times? It's great. So I would love to know. So if has anybody else done the longest yard sale? That's probably not the one from Michigan. And I swear we have one that comes through Iowa somewhere. But I've wondered about the longest yard sale. Is that the same? I mean, do you find that the prices are like yard sale prices, or is it like antique store prices? And maybe there's a mix, like you're going to hit some great yard sale prices, and then some areas it's like, oh, these are all antique store prices, like the sale I went to this past weekend. You guys will have to let me know, because I've said that to Matt. I said, I mean, it would be great to go. That would be so much fun. I mean, we need to get a trailer, because I always say when we move or if we find a new house, then that would just be so much fun to kind of start over and then just get all stuff from sales like that and take you guys along. Deerfield, Massachusetts has twice a year miles of tag sales, miles and miles of fields filled with wonderful. You guys, we need this show. I need to be in all these places. Are you kidding me? Fields and fields of, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 120 sale, it's also called. Okay, I can't remember what the one, whoa, no, we're not gonna do this. If that's what the one I'm thinking of is called. Lindsay, if you ever go to France, you will dream of going back. I don't know if I'd come home, to be completely honest. I think I would just fit right in. You guys see me sharing those photos of like in England and like those little neighborhoods and those cottages, and yeah, I don't know if I'd come home. I don't like have you seen the movie The Holiday? Like, it's just the setting that's the best part about that. Like, I just wouldn't leave. I just love that. Tennessee, both. Okay, so you guys are saying both. There's some yard sale prices and some antique stores antique prices. Amazing amount of people. So that's another thing with those longest yard sales. Is that a pain? I mean, I can't imagine, because I think you would want to have a trailer or something if you're gonna like commit to going to at least half of it. I think it would be a pain to try to get around the people and the traffic and all that with your trailer and truck and all that. Miles of yard sale here so you have the miles of yard sale here, or that you're saying that they have miles of yard sales where you are? Okay, we need to do these miles of yard sales. You guys, that's amazing. Okay, if I come to the south of France where you are, you stay here. I'll stay there. Okay, I just got to get there. I mean, oh my goodness. But the problem is I may not want to go home. France or Iowa. I mean, I don't know. Sounds like a hard, France would win. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you guys, Highway 127. Okay, I'll have to look and see if that's what it is. But you got to work it and you went to it. So yeah, it just sounds all amazing to me. Okay, I didn't think I'd chit chat this long with you guys, but thank you. I love the interaction and you guys asking me questions, or you guys telling me about your experiences and what you do and all that. I love that. So thank you. I will hop off now. The kids are out early today. I'm going to finish this project. And I still have that painting project downstairs in my office I need to finish. So I found another beautiful color from Dixie Belle Paint. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. It's Sawmill Gravy. I don't know if I've ever used that color on something. It was open, but there wasn't much out of it, so I didn't. Now I think I want to paint our coffee table in that color. It's just perfection. So I'll show it. You're coming with your home and family. Yes, I'm just bringing it all. We're all going to come and we're just going to stay with you. But oh my, could you imagine looking, you should message me like your town or where you live or just some like areas around where you are. I mean, would you do that? I would love to see that if you would message me those. I'm sure it's amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. Message me those and I just want to see those. Okay, guys, I'm done chit-chatting. I will hop in here sometime again soon. Have a good rest of your day.